This game is pretty funny. There's a Smurf on my team. And look at the start to this map. We're just gonna walk right through the enemy team. This is one of the maps I was talking about where we could never capture it in some of my games. But look at this. This is easy work. Nobody dies. Everybody's just constantly pushing forward. And look at that poor Cloak and Dagger all by herself. She was the only one alive trying to heal back there. That is hilarious. Now, when I was playing this game, I didn't know that that guy was a Smurf. He's playing on Bucky. He was actually just in the chat. He said, like that. In the waiting room, I typed in the chat, be aggressive to my teammates. Because I've played too many games on this map where we never capture it. We never make any progress. So after we push through, he's like that. Now, the funny thing about Smurfs, some Smurfs, they have no shame that they're Smurfing. I played a game one time where the other team, they ran a full dive comp. They had Venom, Captain America, Magic, and Black Panther. They were going crazy on us, but they were Smurfing. All of those players were like level 17, 18. There's no way that players are going to be that good, a whole team, at those low levels. So you know they're Smurfing, but they were in the chat after they were dominating, talking trash. It's like, what? Why are you in the chat talking trash when you're out here Smurfing? And look, I made a mistake here. This was bad. I thought I could Magneto that. She got away. I wasted it. That's a new move. Give that guy a manual. Give me a manual. What was I doing? See, normally I would never do that. I wouldn't take a Magneto ult, but I already knew we were going to win this game the way that we pushed through at the start. So I said, why not? That's the fun thing about Loki. Sometimes you could just have fun. You could just steal ults. I do that from time to time. But if it's a good game, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to try to get the support ult, the best ult. But there was just something about the way that we pushed through at the start. I knew that I could take a chance and let that fly. But the Smurfs, they have no shame. It's like being a college kid. And then you pull up to an elementary school and you beat up on an elementary kid. And then you go talk trash to the other elementary kids. It makes no sense, right? It's like, come on, cuz, you're not supposed to be at that elementary school. What are you doing? In fact, if you're a college kid beating up on an elementary kid, you should be in jail. You should be in prison. You should be convicted. So why are you out here talking trash, baby? They got no shame. Now, the Smurf on our team, he's not talking trash to the other team. He was talking to us, and he was actually saying encouraging things. So you would have no idea that he's a Smurf until you check after the game and you do some investigating and you see that, hey, every game is getting MVP, SVPs, putting up crazy numbers. So I'll show you at the end of the game, show you the history. And this game right here, I'm actually gold 1 in this game. So this was back when I kept bouncing between gold 1 and platinum 3. I'd go up to platinum 3, win a few games, and then, we got some people quitting. They're quitting. We drop back down to gold 1. We go back up. We got some more noobs on our team. We drop back down. So that's what makes this so funny that I have this Smurf on my team. But he's playing by himself. He's not in a team. He's not like those other guys that were playing with a 6-stack. If you have a 6-stack, a dedicated 6-stack, what are you doing playing on new accounts, terrorizing people in gold 1? Oh, man. If you have a 6-stack, how come you're not playing up there in whatever those ranks are? You got good communication, you got mics, you got good strategy, everybody knows what they're doing, everybody can play different roles, you got a ban scheme. Like that team, you see they always ban the same 2 players every game when you look at their history. Like they had all this chemistry. It makes no sense that they're out here Smurfing down in these lower ranks. Do Smurfs get bored up there? Is that why they have other accounts? Let me know in the comments section. Are there any Smurfs watching this video? Why are you down there Smurfing, baby? You need to explain yourselves. Get in that comment section and tell us your sins out here in the gaming community. Sinning against these lower ranked players. Come on, cuz. And that's why the developers, they really need to put some placements, and they need to stop doing that reset cheese every season where they're going to reset the ranks, because then that first week or so, because I remember when I played season 2, because I started playing this game in season 1.5 about a week before season 2. So when I started at season 2, I'm bronze 3, but you got people that are supposed to be up there in gold because they reset them back so far. You got gold players playing with bronze players. That was a disaster. Imagine that. You're trying to learn the game and you're playing with people that they already know everything. They know all the characters. They have some experience. They know the maps. You don't know anything. You don't know any maps, because I never played competitive really before. I was just playing quick match when I first started playing. So it was crazy being thrown in there with players that are way high up. And it's still happening now because there's some players, they haven't really played the game since maybe season 1.5. They're coming back now and they're supposed to be up there in Grandmaster or whatever. And because they got dropped down 9 levels, they're down there playing with you too when they come back into the mix. So let me talk about that new map that just came out, the Ultron map. I don't like that map. I think it is a bad map. I remember the first few times I played that map, I was like, wow, that is the worst map in the history of maps. I couldn't stand it. There's all these portals everywhere. It's just horrible. The flyers are going crazy. It's a disaster class of a map. But now that I've played it a few times, it's still a bad map. It's not a good map, but I don't think it's as bad as I thought it was when I first started playing. I'm like, okay, it sucks, but all right, just ban the flyers and ban these specific players. Maybe you got to use a different player yourself. It's not the greatest. I'm just hoping that going forward, they make some good maps. Because if every time they put out a new map, it's going to be like that on that level, that's going to be bad. Because we're going to be forced to play it. And maybe they need to bring the option like all the other games have, like Call of Duty, where you can vote on maps. Because I'm pretty sure that if they did let us vote, a lot of people would vote to skip. They would not vote to play on that map. Does anybody actually really love that map? Get in the comment section. Let's see. Let's see if people actually like it. I don't know. Maybe there are people out there that when that map pops up, they're like, yes, this is my map. I'm about to go crazy. It's about to be fun. In my games, when we play on that new map, it is tough to play defense. It is so tough to get a stop. And then the final point, the third one, where you go around the corner and then everybody spawns right there. That's a bad, my goodness. I don't know. I just don't know what they were thinking. I took the wrong ult here too, but I did get a kill and then, look at that. The map got in the way, but we got 2 Winter Soldiers over here chasing that Iron Fist. We are going crazy. We're smurfing. We got a Smurf on our team. He's playing with Winter Soldier. See, there's certain players, if you're a duelist, you need to learn how to play a Winter Soldier, a Psylocke, a Hela, because they have maximum impact. You can't just be using the same old duelist. You got to learn to play some of these because they're going crazy. What he was doing, he was using that ability that slows you down. That red, whatever that is, where he throws it out of his arm. Because if you hit an enemy with that, they're going to be moving very slow. If you hit a flyer, they might drop down to the floor. That makes it a lot easier for the rest of your teammates to try to get them up out of there. And you get 2 charges, and it comes back pretty fast too. So that's what he was doing, because I did watch his point of view because I was interested. Sometimes I do that. I go back. If I have a teammate that went crazy, they got MVP, they did something insane, they got 40 kills, whatever, I like to watch them and see what they did. Because I've seen teammates, I've seen Psylocke go 40 plus. And even I use Psylocke because she's pretty good. Even though they did nerf her a little bit, she's still strong because I had a Psylocke teammate the other day go for 58 kills. Beasting and feasting. So people need to learn. And look at that. I don't know. I just see we're having fun. I just stole that for no reason. For no reason. I said, let me get some of these punches in, you know, something light. But my teammates already cleaned them up. Oh, man, what a game. And I thought that was one of the Moon Knight aunts, but I couldn't get rid of it. They're still dropping ults here at the end to try to get, they don't even get 1 point. That's tough. We dominated them that bad. Got them up out of there. You know what doesn't make sense in this game? When you're playing quick match and then sometimes they give you a bot game. And there's really no way to know in the game that it's a bot game. You would have to go back and check later to see if there were a bunch of bots in there. But why do they do that? Some people say they do that when you go on a losing streak, but that's not true because sometimes I've been winning and then I'm on a win streak and then the next game is a bot game. So maybe if your teammates were losing, I don't know. But this game already has a mode where you can practice against the AI. So why did they even put bots in quick match? Even if people are losing, it doesn't make any sense. Quick match should be against people. It should not have bots. So now anytime I have a quick match game, I gotta go check to see were those real people, were those bots? I mean, I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time to look at every game I got. Come on, cuh. That's really what we're doing out here? See, look, I went up to Platinum 3 again. That was a Gold 1 game for me. But look at his recent games. He's going absolutely crazy. MVP nearly every game. Somebody in the comments section might even know who Smurf this is. And now I've made it up to Diamond 3 for the first time. So I keep going Diamond 3 and then I drop back down, Plat 1 and go back up Diamond 3. So now I'm fighting up there. Give that guy a map. Merch is now available at chrissmooth.com. Shipping worldwide. My songs, He Quit the Game, Lob City, and My Camo are now available on all streaming platforms. But look what I'm gonna do to that. I'm gonna block that dunk. Get that cheese out of here. When I did that, I said, all right, Cat might be the character for me. What rhymes with cash? I just put Doctor Strange to the floor.